What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I'm here with another presentation out of one of the chapters of one of my favorite books. This chapter specifically speaks about the FBI and other intelligence organizations targeting rappers. This goes all the way back to the 90s up until now. Organizations like, for example, hip hop cops, right? They're more prevalent, they're more known. This I believe pre-exists hip hop cops with what I'm about to read to you now. This is specifically the area I'm speaking of. The city I'm speaking of is New York, but you have to understand. I believe New York was the epicenter, but this program that I'm about to speak of, this is worldwide up to this point. We see a lot of rappers going to jail. We see a lot of rappers dead, being set up for murders. I mean, just the destruction that the current hip hop community has been put through, and also that they emulate, and that also that they put out for the masses, is orchestrated. A lot of these deaths of these rappers are orchestrated by those who you would think would be there to protect them, or you would think would be there to keep them honest and accountable. Now, I'm not saying all organizations are malicious when it comes to rappers or wanting to target them or kill them, but I'm saying that a lot of them are, and you have to recognize the pattern. So if you're somebody that's always wondered why there's a million dead rappers and nobody goes to jail, it's because the people that want these individuals dead are your own government, right? It's your own government body, local police, local FBI. In some instances, there have been artists that have been targeted by the CIA, including rap artists. You have to understand that music is a powerful tool, right? Music is used to manipulate and control. So if you are somebody that has a huge voice that can cause either good or bad, if you can cause an upheaval in the status quo with your music, you're going to be targeted, right? And these targeting, the things that they do to target you are everyday things. They can target you, your bank account. They can target your freedom. There's many ways for the FBI, the CIA, the LPD, the New York, the NYPD. There's many ways they can target you, and they have special groups that focus on these rappers, right? On musicians, that they have a lot of leeway, right? They have a lot of tools, a lot of resources, and a lot of leeway in regards to targeting you. And they can target you for various reasons, because they don't want you to make it. There are certain police officers that watch young rappers grow up to a certain age, and right before you make it into the business to really make real money, you're dead. Now, we've seen this a lot of times. So this is what I'm speaking on. That's the current topic of this subject. Hold on one second. Let me close this door. That's good. They're having fun. It's all good. But the name of this chapter is the FBI New York's National Police counterintelpro targeting of rappers. Now, counterintelpro is basically a counterintelligence program, right? This is an FBI term. The FBI came up with counterintelpro specifically to target Black Panthers, right, and such organizations that fought for the freedom and the liberation of Black people. That's what counterintelpro starts. COINTELPRO was started by J. Edgar Hoover of the FBI, and that was specifically for the Black Panthers. But they also use it towards rappers. So, and I'm going to read you this chapter. It's a short chapter, but it's got a lot of information. Leaks eventually led to findings that by the mid-1990s, U.S. intelligence, and U.S. intelligence is basically the local and national government, had combined their 60s counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO, against leftist blacks and their targeting of musicians in an official New York police rap intelligence unit. So all this, everything I'm about to read to you is documented, right? It's fairly known. Now that we're in the age of information, there's not too many things that are out there that have been happening for a long time that we don't know about now. So in the spring of 2001, New York Magazine, New York Magazine and other media revealed that the New York Police Department had directed a rap intelligence unit to compile a database containing more than 40 rappers, including Jay-Z, DMX, Sean Puffy Combs, and Wu-Tang Clan member rapper ODB's cousin, Frederick Kufi. A police source said the unit distributed information on rappers nationwide. Nationwide. This included distributing their photos and information on their vehicles and record labels to precincts around the country. NYPD spokesman Sergeant Brian Burt first denied the charges. He then admitted that the police commissioner launched it, citing rappers' reckless behavior. Now, what they consider reckless behavior could be anything. It could be you smoking a cigarette and not putting your butt in the trash can. So we have to go off of their understanding of what reckless behavior is. And a lot of that, they just use that to your advantage to just target you because they have a personal vendetta against you. Journalists help police minimize these disclosures by referring to the activity as merely rapper profiling. Now, where does that begin and end? We don't know, but we may find out. A 2004 leak by a Miami police officer led to a series of articles that revealed much more. These articles began with a Miami police whistleblower saying that New York's rap unit trained other police departments to help them develop rap intelligence units nationwide, right? Why are all these rappers dying and going to jail everywhere they go? It's because of these rap units. The training included distributed binders on rap industry figures that had detailed personal information dating back to 1995. Suggesting that the New York unit's collection of data started at least that early. One journalist reported that in some California communities, the police chief determines what rap acts are allowed to perform. Think about that. After this leak in Miami, former NYPD detective Derek Parker, now Derek Parker is pretty known. He makes comments on a lot of rappers' deaths. He makes a lot of, he affirms a lot of information that's already out there, and a lot of the information that he affirms is what he wants you to know. But he knows much more about these rappers being murdered, assassinated, and also jailed. Okay, as this leak in Miami, former NYPD detective Derek Parker disclosed information about his work in the New York rap unit. Parker said that his New York unit started well before Biggie Smalls' spring of '97 murder. Reporter, I'm going to butcher this name, Desan Allah interviewed Derek Parker while investigating the rap unit for articles in the Village Voice and The Source. Allah stated that Derek Parker was trained in the FBI's COINTELPRO tactics. So there's police officers out here that are trained by the FBI to perform COINTELPRO tactics against your favorite rapper. And this started in 1995. Well, probably before 1995. The Source appeared to print one of its few revelatory articles to make up for the criticisms it received from the Hip Hop Summit Action Network. Also note that Desan Allah rose briefly to editor-in-chief, but was fired by his top editor/publisher within a year or two. That publisher was then ousted himself. Months later, Allah was sentenced to 6 months in jail for a suspiciously motiveless assault. Now, this dude is the one that pretty much outed this information. So when he outed this information, all of a sudden he gets targeted. Parker's disclosures further support evidence that New York police targeted Tupac Shakur with a frame-up and then a murder attempt. So he got framed for the rape charge. Then, after they realized that this court case wasn't going so well because the evidence was horrible, then they attempted to murder him. That's the quad studio shooting. So if you realize, if you look back, you have the rape case, and then you have the quad studio shooting that happened while he was going to court for the rape case. So they realized their case was weak for his rape. They realized they didn't really have a lot of evidence, and the evidence that they did have, there was a lot of holes in it, right? It was an obvious frame up, because who was Tupac going to rape? Really, it would have made more sense to charge a woman for wanting to rape Tupac. So since the case wasn't going so well, they tried to murder him, but that didn't work either. Parker's disclosures further support evidence that New York police targeted Tupac Shakur with a frame-up and then a murder attempt. Parker said that several undercover units, included the Street Crime Unit, had officers who also worked in the Rap Intelligence Unit. So these are smaller units within the police department who probably have special authority over said target. Parker said that a particular former Street Crime Unit officer arrested many rappers. The Street Crime Unit was thought to have replaced the FBI overlapping Panther targeting Boss Unit. The NYPD disbanded Boss in 1971. I'm in here doing a video when the FBI officially ended its counterintelligence program, COINTELPRO, after the activist raid on the FBI office that year exposed the program. So the program was exposed after the Panthers pretty much broke into the office of the FBI and exposed all this information. Nonetheless, former COINTELPRO agents said that the FBI continued COINTELPRO activities after 1971, but just used different names. So these programs haven't stopped. They're more covert, they're more underground, but you see that these things haven't gone away because you still have rappers going to jail, dying, getting caught up in crazy legal situations. Researchers believe that the Street Crime Unit, which started in 1971, continued BOSS activities. BOSS is a unit, a Bureau of Special Services. That's what BOSS means. So that's a specific unit within the police department who target specific people. A police officer named Hines inadvertently admitted that one or more officers who had Tupac under surveillance were part of the Street Crime Unit. These cops also had erased voicemail tapes that supported Tupac's defense and the sexual assault charge, and they refused the evidence on a security camera videotape of the gunman shooting Tupac in the Times Square recording studio. So at Quad Studios, they had video evidence of these assailants trying to assassinate or attempting to assassinate Tupac Shakur. It looks like those who worked in the studio tried to give it to the police, and the police said, "We don't want that because we know what's going on. We're orchestrating it." Parker contradicted some new NYPD officials' denials of exporting their rap cops, saying that the NYPD sent him down to Houston and Miami to aid police in this work. Evidence support that these New York trained rap unit officers used the same murderous COINTELPRO tactics that had been used against the Panthers. The Miami Herald failed to note, but incidentally revealed, the important timing of rap murders after the Miami police had been trained by the New York unit to focus on rappers in the summer of 2001. The Herald article noted no problems with rappers in Miami until a September 2001 murder of a popular rap DJ, a January 2002 murder of a hip-hop promoter, and a September 2003 murder of a rap record company owner. So they didn't have any issues with rappers being murdered pre-New York going down to Miami to train their police officers on COINTELPRO tactics against rappers. Furthermore, the Miami Herald stated that the NYPD had trained police officers from other major cities like LA and Atlanta. LA and Atlanta. What's going on with LA and Atlanta now? How many rappers are dying in LA and Atlanta? Interesting. New York, Atlanta, and Los Angeles were the three cities where, as previously detailed, police officers were either directly involved in, passively watched, or covered up the murder and attempted murders of Tupac Shakur. Wow. A final key support for the existence of this new COINTELPRO against rappers came from filmmaker Nick Broomfield, writer Randall Sullivan, and former detective Russell Poole. They helped reveal that some cops in this New York and police intelligence rap unit also worked for the FBI. The FBI? Wow. For example, as mentioned earlier, the New York PD's Detective Oldham took pictures of the New York rapper Biggie minutes before his death in LA and monitored Sean Puffy Combs' gun possession trial in New York. 3 years later, Detective Oldham's dual role as an FBI agent aided the ease of his work in other jurisdictions such as LA. In case you missed what I just said, the FBI took pictures of Biggie Smalls right before he was murdered. Interesting. Did you ever know that? Did anybody ever make that known to you? No. You have to understand, those who are interested in hip hop, the culture doesn't exist by itself. It's shaped, it's molded by other entities. And you don't get along in this game of being a rapper, okay, without going through these things that I just mentioned. Okay. So now that's one of the many chapters in this book. That's why this book is so important. The FBI warned Tupac Shakur and black leaders, because it's not only about Tupac. It's about government corruption. It's about our local and federal government intervening in the lives of these rappers, right? From jail to murder. From jail to murder. Have you noticed all the rappers dying recently, right? I'm not a huge rap fan as of now because I'm more mature, I'm older. My music has to have some content, right? It has to have a story to it. A lot of the music that's out now is pretty mindless. But still, these rappers are still dying. Who's killing these rappers? And why? Now, why can vary pretty wide. Could be a very wide array of reasons as to why these rappers are losing their lives. But one thing is for sure, they're definitely losing their lives at a fast pace, right? And it all started years ago. And I just read you information as to so many investigative agencies, police departments having to do with the monitoring and the death of these rappers. How can you be getting investigated, right? And as you're getting investigated, you get assassinated and the FBI doesn't know who killed you? That means they were complicit. And, you know, if you want to know more about this book, man, you got to get it. You got to get it. Now, that's one of the many chapters in this book. I just wanted to read you guys something really short. I hope this video gets a lot of views, likes, and shares. If you didn't know, now you know. These rappers aren't killing themselves willy-nilly. Trust me, they're not, because they're owned by corporations. So these rappers are being taken out very maliciously. They're being taken out in a way that normal gangbangers wouldn't be killing these dudes like this, man. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very unfortunate as well, because these are young men. These are our young men. As matter, you know, no matter what you think about these young men, they're part of our community, and they deserve more than to die senselessly over whatever it is. You know, so if you're somebody who's looking to be a rapper or you're looking to get into the game, I would caution. I would proceed with extreme caution, because no matter what you rap about, you're going to get targeted. You're going to get targeted. So that's all I have for this session. I hope everybody has a blessed Tuesday. I'm about to just relax and chill out and watch some of the game. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with another chapter probably, and give you guys some more game, man. Put you on game, man. Didn't know, right? You thought these rappers was just getting mowed down by themselves. You thought these dudes was selling millions of records, and then turn around and pull a gun and kill somebody, or turn around and get killed themselves. No, these rappers are being taken out or orchestrated. They're being orchestrated, right? They're dying, and it's unfortunate. So I hope everybody has a blessed day. Like, again, I didn't want to make this a long video, but I kind of did. If you have any suggestions, you have any questions, you have any input, man, let me know. Tell me something, man. I love a good conversation. So, hey, on the next one, peace out.